The fire extinguisher in the house characters. I'm telling you, every time I hear about the ECHR, it's just frustrating. It feels like this vague, annoying European thing. You know, foreign courts, bureaucrats, deportation arguments, and somehow cats are involved. To be honest, most people picture exactly that. But the real story is quite different from the foreign court narrative. It actually starts right after World War II, when Europe was trying to rebuild and ensure it didn't immediately collapse again. Right, but that sounds like a job for those wide-eyed idealists or Euro-federalists. Weirdly, it wasn't him at all. The people leading the charge to create a basic human rights safety net were actually us, the British. It was Winston Churchill banging the drum, and British lawyers did most of the drafting. British lawyers wrote it. They did, and they used a very British checklist: fair trials, no torture, and not locking people up just because you fancy it. It wasn't dramatic or ideological. It was more like putting a fire extinguisher in place while the house is being rebuilt. So why does it feel like we're constantly battling it now? That's the funny thing. We ratified it in 1951, and for nearly 45 years, everyone forgot about it. It just sat there quietly doing its thing. There were hardly any UK cases, almost no controversy, and certainly no one yelling about sovereignty. Really? I thought it was always an issue. Not at all. For decades, it was seen as just a sensible bit of post-war housekeeping. The UK basically set the rules and then barely broke them. It was all very dull, in a good way. So what changed? We did. The turning point was the Human Rights Act in 1998. It didn't invent new rights or hand power to foreign judges. It simply meant you didn't have to trek all the way to Strasbourg anymore. You could use those same rights in UK courts. So it brought the arguments home. Exactly. Suddenly, government decisions regarding immigration, policing, prisons, and councils could be challenged right here. And the moment it became useful, it started to feel political. It went from being background wallpaper to part of day-to-day legal arguments. And that's when the headlines about activist judges started. Right. Before getting tangled up in deportation cases or prisoner rights, it is worth remembering how completely uncontroversial this was for nearly half a century. Britain built it, Britain signed it, and Britain barely lost any cases under it. I guess I never thought of it as homegrown. It wasn't a foreign imposition. It was a British idea that we just left running in the background for decades. The drama is much more recent and political than the history suggests.